Hey YouTube, Casey Classic 7 here, back again with another video. Got some NBA 2K23 here, and in this video we will be discussing one of my favorite topics, NBA 2K23, and one of my favorite features about NBA 2K23, the player DNA. When it comes to player DNA, I feel that it's a great feature that needs to be expanded upon. Also, I feel that it's one of the best features that 2K has ever added into the NBA 2K series, and that's dating back to the original NBA 2K on the Sega Dreamcast. The reason why I love the player DNA feature so much is because it's easy to use. It allows us to um, share our creations with the rest of the community, as well as it's extremely versatile, and we can be extremely creative with how we want to utilize our player DNA. So when it comes to player DNA, just to give you guys a quick overview, we have the option to import and export those player DNAs. When we're talking about importing player DNAs, we can either take them from the 2K share, or we could take them from a player that's already on the 2K roster or in the 2K draft class. When we're talking about exporting, this allows us to share our creations with the rest of the 2K share by either adding them to the 2K share for the rest of the community to download, or we can add them to our personal player DNA file and utilize them in another roster, another draft class, or however we want to do that. So, what's next when we're talking about player DNA? So we're just going to load up a draft class here. We're going to take our point guard here, Cody Vaughn, and we're just going to go through a regular import player DNA. So here are our player DNA options. We're going to utilize the use NBA player option. And as you guys know who's use the player DNA, we have our three options. We can import the appearance and the attributes, or we can import either or. So what's next, I feel, is to allow us to import specific parts of the player DNA that we want to import. So the way it is now, when it comes to importing player DNA, I had to take all of James Harden's player DNA. What if I don't want to do that? What if I just want to take James Harden's offense, but I don't want to take his defense badges or his tendencies? We need that option. I feel like it can be similar to how the My League is, the toggle system, and we can, and us choosing what parts of the My League we do want to use and don't want to use. I feel like it could be the same way when we're talking about the player DNA. So obviously they can get extremely customizable when it comes to this, but at least as long as they have the offense, defense, tendencies, and the badges of every player, and we can toggle what we do and don't want from that specific player, I feel like that is how you expand upon player DNA. I feel like this is something that's extremely easy. It's something that's already in the game. So instead of taking the whole player's DNA, you're just taking a portion of it. And I don't see why that feature can't be implemented into 2K24 next year. I don't think that that's something that's, I'm not reaching, or that's something that can't be done. I feel like, again, this is something is very simple, and again, it's something that's already in the game. The second part of the player DNA that I would like to see improved upon is this right here, the game highs in the career highs. So, unfortunately, when you add in a player DNA from the NBA who's played NBA games and who has their career highs, you have to keep those career highs of that player that you imported. So Cody Vaughn here has all of James Harden's career highs from points, field goals, three-pointers, yada, yada, yada. And we need the ability to get rid of this. I feel like it can be similar to how the quick edit feature is. If we can edit, any player or any player in anything about a player's um, attributes, we need that same amount of detail and we need that same feature when it comes to their career highs. If they're not going to zero out on their own, we need the ability to be able to zero them out ourselves. So let me know what you guys think about that. Is that something that you guys would like to see when it comes to the player DNA? Is that something that you guys even care about? I know player DNA is not something that's really talked about that often because it's a feature. It's kind of like a is what it is kind of a feature. Either you utilize it or you don't, and you kind of just like, you know, utilize it the way that you utilize it, and that's it. But again, if we're talking about taking this game to the next level and taking parts of the game to the next level, the player DNA needs to be at least looked at, addressed, and it needs to be taken into consideration. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Leave your feedback on my thoughts about player DNA. Leave your feedback about your thoughts on player DNA. Or if you guys have any video ideas or anything that you guys would like me to discuss about NBA 2K or any other of the sports titles or sports topics that are going on, make sure you leave that in the comment section below. Thank you for listening, and that's all I got, guys. KC Classic 7 signing out.